Do me a favor. Close your eyes. All right? Close your eyes, and I want you to imagine going back to that lowest point in your life. The most dramatic situation in your life. The most traumatizing event that ever took place in your life. All right? I want you to visualize yourself. See yourself in that moment. Feel the emotions that you are experiencing in that moment right now. Let that feeling, that emotional energy, that it encompass your whole essence. Feel it. That depression, that stress, that anxiety, that insecurity, the lack of confidence. I want you to project yourself right now into yourself at that moment. I want you to look at yourself, feeling just down and out. Nobody was there to help you. And I want you right now to hug yourself and tell yourself that's all right. And to tell yourself that your power lies within you. And the path that you're on, the traumatic experiences that you're experiencing right now, is the catalyst, is the fuel, is the very power that's fueling your alchemical transformation right now. I want you to see yourself. Hear these words that you're speaking to yourself in the past, and feel the satisfaction and feel the warmth of of yourself telling yourself these words. Feel the power and the strength and the spiritual awareness of your consciousness embodying what it is to be powerful in that moment. To replace the insecurity with security, with strength and confidence, and just embodying what it is to be all powerful, and to know that the whole purpose of this ritual that I'm giving you is to turn your pain into your lowest point, into your power, and to fuel and expedite your spiritual growth and your alchemical transformation in this now moment. Give yourself a motherfucking hug. Let the emotions out. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. And to know that this moment, right now, is the moment that's sparking your alchemical transformation. Where you no longer look in your traumatic experiences as negatives. All your fears, all your dramas, all your insecurities are fuel for the power that you're going to need right now, that you're embodying to speed up your alchemical transformation. Open your eyes. The ritual's over. Now, you can do that, play that shit over. You know what I'm saying? It's a very powerful ritual method into going back in your own time and to turning your pain into your power. You're right, you know what I'm saying? Where you experience that experience of being low, where nobody, you know what I'm saying, without help or whatever. Those are moments that are very powerful tools that you can use to turn your pain into your power. You're an alchemist. Transmutating that energy, that emotional energy and motion, into using that shit as a tool or method for you to love yourself. A self-love method, a self-deification method, a self-realization method. You can do this anytime you want. It don't take nothing but 2-3 minutes of your time. It can be 30 seconds of your time. Right? Try it out. It works. Now I'm going to talk about a couple things today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about the awesome movie that Godzilla was. Right? I'm going to talk about a little bit about Sirius B. A little bit about, you know what I'm saying, Universe B, how I tap into it, the methodology on how I do it. You know what I mean? I got some things that's going to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got Darth Vader. I got the dog star Sirius B. You know what I'm saying? You see that shit? And understand that everywhere you go, You're an open portal. You're a gateway. Your essence is a gateway to any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Throughout creation, throughout fiction, everything, everywhere you go. But I'm also going to talk about, first thing, about the fact that on the astral plane, right? Done doing experiments. I gotta ask you niggas this question. Have you ever seen any white person on the astral plane? Like anywhere? Probably not. I'll tell you why. Go back and read A.E. Paul's book on the astral body dynamics or whatever. I read it a couple years ago. I remember reading about how basically how they only exist on the sublunar regions of the astral plane, so to speak, right? So I'm gonna just tell you my personal experience in dealing with this energy. Me trying to, you know what I'm saying, going about my own experimentation on the astral plane, projecting and seeing what I see. And when I'm on the astral plane, I'm not human, right? I'm not in this. This is, I told you, this is a mask. When I'm on the astral plane, I shapeshift like you niggas, that reptilian shit that y'all niggas afraid of. I am a reptile. I mean, I'm a part of that. That's a part of my DNA. It's a part of your DNA. I'm speaking specifically for myself and how I interface and work with my genetics and how I use the attributes that's attributed to my genetics, reptilian, and how I can shapeshift with it. Not only can I shapeshift with it just on my own, but the belief in you niggas and putting on to the belief that you attribute to shapeshifting and to reptilians, I embody that. I use the thought form projecting that you attribute to that, and I use that shit to fuel my own motherfucking shapeshifting abilities. Straight up, that's how that shit works. Energy direction and reabsorption and embodying the energy and embodying the archetype and the thought form that you attribute to it. Voila. But while I do that, while I shapeshift into all kinds of shit, right? I have a focus. I'm like, where these white motherfuckers at? Where they at? And when I try to think about a white person, when I try to manifest them before me, you know, understand that thoughts manifest instantaneously on this, right? So when I try to do that, it's a schism. It's an electromagnetic so-called interference pattern. Like it's like they can't. The thought form projection of them when I'm trying to manifest them doesn't manifest as a human being. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? He's like, I'm like, damn. So, but what I did learn, and what I saw for myself, they manifest for me as an animal, as something that's subhuman, non-human, right? Or if you don't understand what, like mankind, what we talk about, like that, it's due to their genetics. It's due to the amount of animal hybridization that they are. They are fucking hybridized experimental entity, right? That we created physically, but more so as from a thought perspective, as a more an egregore, somebody that, you know what I'm saying, for us to, you know what I mean, a tool for our alchemical transformation. Let's say that. But due to the animal nature within their genetics and within their behavior patterns, right? They manifest on the astral plane for me as animals, not as like a cow or something. I'm talking about like something that you see, something that you see in a movie like Lord of the Rings or some shit. That type of shit. That's what I see. You understand what I'm saying? And it was very interesting because not only did I see that, I saw where they were. I saw where they was at. Now I know maybe they, from their perspective, they may experience themselves as humans from their range of perception, but for me, I'm looking down on them from on high and I see them. I'm like, whoa, these motherfuckers is animals. And guess where they at? Where do we put animals? Farms. And animals on the farms are in an enclosure that they can't leave. They can't escape it, right? They can't go. They can't get out. And that's when I understood, well, I already knew this, but it was just confirmation for myself that they can't reach the higher planes of existence outside the flesh. They're missing something. They don't have that spark. They don't have a so-called soul, so to speak. The shard of chaos, the primordial seed of chaos that existed prior to us creating, or prior to myself creating this reality of light, this matter. You don't have that antimatter spark the shard of chaos, so to speak. And this all kind of evidence of that shit. We talk about how they don't have soul, how they lack spirit or whatever, but they have a spirit, but it's an animal in nature. And it's all due to the genetics, but it's also as above, so below corresponding concept. Now, they can't reach the higher planes. They can't go. And it has a lot to do with the chakra system as well, how, you know what I'm saying, they basically stimulated within the first 3 chakras. The 4th chakra being like the 4th dimension, the gateway, the heart chakra. Well, I'm not talking about all of them, I'm talking about specific majority of them, right? How they don't have that melanin, that shit, but that's just a part of the puzzle. That's just the surface level of this shit, where they don't have the capability to, they don't have the key, they don't have the access, they don't have the codes of Zion, so to speak, to even break through the heart chakra, because there's a lot of blockages there for them. And there's all kind of evidences of that based on their thoughts, behaviors, and their actions, based on the history of them last 6,000 years. Let the history tell it on what they're able to do and what they're not able to do. And it's all there. But also, as above, so without. As it is within, so it is without. Now, they can't leave this physical reality as well. They can't leave this planet as well either. It's all kind of evidence of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They can't go. Now you can't leave. They're trapped here. They're trapped in matter. They're trapped in this spectrum of light. Right? And a lot of them within the occult and the new UFO movement or whatever, they attribute their existence to beings from the stars, aliens. Well, I'm that nigga. You see what I'm saying? They attribute their genetic makeup to the Anunnaki. I am Anu. You're welcome. They attribute their creation to whatever. Whatever the fuck they put in their creation to, that's what I am. That's what I embody. And that's how I interface, and that's how I communicate and relate to them. You know what I'm saying? It's not about hate. This is just an understanding that I have about myself in relation to my creations. They're another aspect of my creation. And when you have the self-realization and apotheosis and the self-actualization with the self, when you experience this shit for yourself, you will probably have a similar experience of relating to them in that way. This is not about hate. I don't hate them. I created them to do exactly what it is that they're doing. But now, so they're starting to become aware. They're starting to become conscious within our dream, where they know that they can't escape this place without our motherfucking co-signing on it, without blending with our melanin, so to speak. That's the only hope, is through us. There's so much evidence of that shit. It's the handwriting's on the wall. Like, the die has been cast. It's so obvious on what the fuck that's about. You see what I'm saying? They can't go. They can't leave. Because they can't leave the abode of their creators. And that's who we are. That's what I am. Right? They can't penetrate this shit that's surrounding our planet or plane of existence is motherfucking water. I've experienced this shit for myself. I saw it. I'm gonna tell you what it was for me. It's water and it's black. It's triple black. It's like that black goo shit. It's underneath the surface, and it's surrounding our motherfucking planet. So that shit you see in space, understand something. Understand from their perspective. When they go out in space and they see shit in space and they experience all these anomalies and cosmos, all this cosmic shit that's going on, the shit that's ripping through space, you're welcome. The black hole in the center of the motherfucking galaxy, you're welcome. They experiencing it from an external perspective, being that they just exist in here and they just got to deal with the fucking environmental shit that's going on. They exist within our motherfucking dream. And our dream, this hallucination that we're conjuring up, the simulated reality that we're fucking conjuring up, is dictated from our subconscious mind. So when they go out in space and they observing shit, they ain't doing shit but observing what's going on within us. Within you. Which is a universe, which is a motherfucking all of creation. You see what I'm saying? So basically, when they I'm losing my train of thought. But I got it back. So when they observe space, they observing the quantum effects or the subatomic particles of yourself. A black hole in space is nothing but your pineal gland. Your pineal gland has black hole properties. Melanin has black hole properties. So I want you to think about this. Imagine you already know how big and vast space is. I want you to understand something. That's just a fucking quantum fucking vastness of what you are. You way more than that shit. You see what I'm saying? They exist within our fucking subconscious mind. And they can't leave. Because they really don't exist outside this spectrum of light. They don't exist outside of matter. We know matter is an illusionary phenomenon. Hallucinated from our brain. So they don't exist. They really don't exist. Don't you think about that shit? So, their best bet is to wear the flame that a moth. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? They gotta tap into us somehow. That should be your mindset. That should be your understanding that, damn, they really can't fucking lead this play. They're hopeless without us. That's why they need your attention. That's why they need you to co-sign everything. And that's right now how they just kind of, they gave Falcon the shield. They showing you slowly but surely. Now, back on this Godzilla movie, where it was awesome fucking movie. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? But it had a lot of fucking symbolism in the shit. And if you know how to watch it, you can internalize it. And it ain't like, it don't have to be negative. Oh shit, they trying to do this. No, nigga, they was giving you your motherfucking power. It's all about how you alchemically transmutate the symbolism and the energy through the neurocinematics and how you relate to that shit. And I weaponize it. I weaponize everything. And I internalize it and I use it. So, in the movie, niggas was running everything in the movie. Titans, right? Come on, I don't gotta explain this shit to you niggas. We the Titans. Well, at least I'm the motherfucking Titan. So, get my nigga. In the movie, they was waking up. Okay, I'm gonna spoil this shit. Spoiler alert. The whole shit was so interesting. I'm gonna post this shit later. Bioacoustics, frequency, sound. The shit that y'all barely hearing within this video, right? Sound, frequency, bioacoustics. Using bioacoustics and sound to do what? Wake up the Titans, right? That was a white scientist and her daughter who had a frequency. It was a frequency where they used it to wake up Mothra, right? The Gaia, the great mother, so-called, of Earth, the protector of Earth, right? But it was some group of terrorists who they wanted to, not only they didn't want to just use that shit to wake up Mothra, they wanted to use that shit to wake up the motherfucker who was going to destroy this motherfucking reality, who was going to destroy this planet, and basically what represented Tiamat, what represented the great old ones, what representing Azathoth when he wake up. That's what the fuck Ghidra represented. An aspect of chaos that was just going to end this shit. That was going to wipe the slate clean and start anew, which is what we're doing, right? I'm doing that shit. Understand that. Now, the humans who represent just our human motherfucking slave, our motherfucking the toys, right? Godzilla in the movie there's a lot of different concepts where you know what I'm saying, they switch up archetypes during the movie. I gotta give credit to Panic on how his breakdown of mythology and how certain characters kind of like change roles during the motherfucking movie, especially within Christopher Nolan movies. Give a big shout out to Panic and his breakdown on how mythology works in relation to neurocinematics and shit like that. But Godzilla will represent in the movie would be like the elder gods, right? The shit that's within this book, you know, Marduk and shit like that. Marduk slaying Tiamat. Tiamat representing Ghidra, Godzilla representing motherfucking Marduk. And they had the motherfucking, Godzilla woke up like, oh shit, nigga, the alpha predator back. They woke up motherfucking King Ghidra, right? And King Ghidra sent out a motherfucking signal like I'm sending out through this motherfucking video in the last one to wake up the motherfucking Titans, right? Y'all niggas don't even hear that shit. Some of y'all niggas do. Right? He sent out a motherfucking signal to wake up all the motherfucking Titans. It was like 17 of them in the movie. And you start to see them niggas wake the fuck up. And when them niggas woke the fuck up, they whole purpose was, nigga, we listening to this nigga. This nigga talking about wiping the slate clean. That's what the fuck we gonna do. Nigga, annihilation. All continents, just motherfucking Titan just wrecking shit. Because the whole point of it is we gonna wipe the slate clean and we gonna start this shit over again. We taking it over. And humans was helpless. But they had one hope, and their hope was in Godzilla, the elder god. Shit, he was the protector of humanity, right? That's what his role was in the movie. And my nigga was wrecking shit. Big ass fight between Godzilla and Ghidorah, motherfucking Rodan. Rodan was, you know what I'm saying, rolled up and try to, you know what I'm saying, challenge that nigga King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah bodied that nigga. Like, nigga, I'm that alpha nigga. And they was like, oh shit. So at that time, out of respect of that alpha, he had to team up with Ghidorah to fight who? The Elder Gods, which represented with Godzilla and Mothra. And they went at it, you know what I'm saying? Awesome fucking action-packed movie, hella symbolism, and understand that we running this shit, and they run around it. And they told you in the movie, like, motherfucker, the Titans is the rightful owners of this shit. They the creators of all of this shit. And you need to listen to, if you watch the movie, you understand the white woman in the movie, I forget her name in real life, but Emma, or whatever. The doctor, she told you, she was saying some real shit. And all of that shit goes back to the Necronomicon, so to speak, especially this one. But it has some good shit in it. But the whole point was that they were waking up these Titans through bioacoustics, sound, frequency, the shit that activates the DNA, the shit that activates and turns on the melanin. I'm telling you, sound, bioacoustics. Shout out to my boy Narwhal and his page on Modular Acoustics. Pay attention, listen. The best fucking YouTube channel on YouTube, in my opinion, is Narwhal's page, because of the science behind it, because of the occult symbolism and the representation of what sound means to our motherfucking genetics, to the DNA, to the mind, brain synchronization, brain entrainment, right? Wavelength frequencies, specific frequencies, I Ching, and how the I Ching relates to the 64 codons, the 64 hexagrams, 64 codons within our DNA structure, to wake that shit up, for you to embody your true chaos, for you to embody the monster within, for you to embody your motherfucking divinity. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, the movie showed the shit. Now this week we got Friday or Thursday coming out. We got Metagene. We got Metagene Gray coming out with the Dark Fingers. They showing you this shit repeatedly. That's the only thing they can talk about, is what the fuck is going on within us, right? Where you thinking they getting these ideas from? You thinking they just getting that shit from their own creativity? They getting that shit from us outside of space and time, pumping in our motherfucking chaos energy that manifests with them as ideas for them to put on screen, for them to put in books, for them to put in comic books, for them to put in animation, cartoons, Netflix shows, right? It comes through them. They are motherfucking slaves for that purpose, for us to use them as catalysts for what? To wake your ass up, to wake you up. That's how you should relate to them. You shouldn't look at these niggas like, these white motherfuckers. Nigga, they your son, they your slaves. You a Titan, these your children, so to speak. You give them too much credit. That's what they are. And I love my creation, or I'm indifferent to them. Let's put it like that. It is what it is. Pay attention. Y'all hear that? I kind of beat y'all niggas over the head with the last one and shit. I don't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But now I want to talk about this, right? I know a lot of y'all hear me talking about Universe B, Sirius B, and how Sirius B manifests for me as the Akashic Records, or the Halls of the Mentor, or the 22 tunnels of Set, so to speak, where all of every fucking thing that ever happened anywhere is recorded through the Akashic Records, through the Halls of a Mentor. And this is one of the catalysts that I use to tap into that shit, which is Sirius. This represents Sirius, right? And it's with me all the time. Everywhere I go, I got this shit with me. Y'all never saw this shit till now, until I showed you. Now, we know that Darth Vader has a correspondence with Sirius. I don't got the information before me. Google it and look it up yourself. I'll be posting that shit later. Now, this is how I do my ritual. Take an edible, get high, whatever, right? The whole point is I'm tapping into my true self outside of space and time. And I'm using Darth Vader. I'm using Darth to open up the gateway within my subconscious mind for me to go back home to where I'm at. You want to holler at me? You know what I'm saying? Come through. But I'm using Darth Vader to do it. Understand that the belief humans attribute to Darth Vader, especially now with his latest comic book run, where he opened up the gateway to the abodes of the dead, or whatever, so-called, when he's trying to contact Padme. I told y'all in the previous video. But the whole point is I'm using him as the gateway. He corresponds with the hidden Sephiroth, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he also corresponds with the number 11. Like I told you, I use the number 11 as well. I use the number 13 as well. And all of those hold occult significance for me, specifically, personally, personal reasons, right? You know what I'm saying? So all of that fuel and intention and belief is going into him, going into this symbol of what I use to represent a gateway, that's an opener of the way, so-called, that's going to open up the gateway for my subconscious mind for me to go home, where I am outside of space and time, which is Universe B, which is talked about from Kenneth Grant's work. Outside of space and time was talked about from Alistair Crowley, other occult writers and shit. They talking about where I'm at, Universe B, right? So I put him, I make a sigil of the 8, you know what I'm saying, the 8 laws, you know what I'm saying, the chaos symbol, the sigil, whatever, right? And I put that shit, I put them on it. I put Sirius on it. I got my magnetism, I got my magnets, all the different avatars and shit I tap into. I'm using that shit to combine all the energy for me to fuel it through him to open up the gateway within my subconscious mind. And I put that shit down. Triple black darkness, no light, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't need, the only light that I use is me as Lucifer, self-illumination light. That's what I use. So, you know what I'm saying? I had this shit set up. I got the serious shit set up. Because for me, before I go to Universe B, I go to Sirius B first. I go to the Akashic Records within myself. Understand something. This is done with my creativity, my imagination, and my visualization. And it's all fueled by my belief in what I'm doing and the trust in the process of what I'm creating. There's no doubt in this shit. There's no second guessing with this shit. My ego, the conscious mind, I don't have no ego interference with this shit. This nigga, he's resting. He don't have no leg to stand on here. His job is done. Now the true self is taking over, right? So I go to Sirius B, and I go through certain past lives that I had, everybody's life that ever existed, and pull resources that I need, that I want to attain for myself in this corporeal existence as the Rogue Titan, Shannon Jeffers right now, right? And I embody them, right? But then when I'm done doing that shit, when I'm done surveying the creation and everybody that ever existed, or everything that ever existed in fiction and non-fiction, that's when the portal to Universe B opens up. It's like a void opens up, right? Starts off with a big black ass motherfucking circle. Understand, when I'm in Universe B, it's like light. It's like just a white room of just file cabinets of everything that ever happened with anybody. Every thought, everything. That's how it manifests for me. Like I told you, go back into the Matrix when he went into motherfucking, when they was going to save Morpheus and shit, and all them guns showed up and shit. That's how it manifests for me. That's just me. Understand, this shit is within me. Understand that. Now, the void opens up to Universe B, right? And that's where I just project myself through it. Understand that I use magnetism. I use magnets to do this shit. Oh, man, I use magnets to do it, to open the shit up. You know what I'm saying? And I project myself through it. And Universe for me manifests, like I told you, that connection with everything. I'm serious when I say this shit. I'm talking about, imagine being connected. Imagine the feeling of what it feels like to be connected with everything, right? If you need help with imagining that or creating a feeling, go back into the movie Lucy at the end of the movie, where she was everywhere in everything. That's what I am outside of space and time. Universe B is what we are. It's like we everything. But what it is, it's like chaos, a chaos energy, right? But I'm able to not, when I'm doing this shit, I'm not swallowed up by chaos. I am chaos. I can experience my own personal perspective from my ego's perspective of existing, but also I'm simultaneously tapped into everything and everybody else that ever existed, everywhere, throughout everything. Fiction and this reality that we call, this shit that we call reality. I'm talking every subatomic particle, every blade of grass, every fucking grain of sand, every idea, every thought, every emotion, every feeling, every fucking neuron that fire off in the brain that generate the chemical reaction for you to move and you to keep watching this video. Every fucking thing, past, present, and future, everywhere. Like all of it. You see what I'm saying? And it's a stillness. It's a a stillness that can't be experienced from a human's perspective. It's so fucking still. It's so just that peace, that at peace moment, I guess everybody like to describe, or that oneness with God that a lot of New Age motherfuckers talk about. You are this. I don't say God. You are this entity, and it's a serene stillness, and just being like that feeling that you get where you just feel like so satisfied and so just secure. That moment of just being still and connected with you, everything. And it just encompasses your whole everything about you. It's like a flow of, it's like the feeling I only can attribute to this shit is that cold feeling of just, imagine just like a lukewarm feeling of just water or like black goo just surrounded. It's like coming within you. It's like coming up and then it's going down all throughout your body with all your physical sensation. It's just that tingling, just, it's like a cold feeling, so called, and it's just like you connected with everything. You are everything. And for me, the experience that I get when I'm home, right, is the sense of loneliness. And what I mean by loneliness, understand that you are alone here. That everybody is a reflection of you. You the only motherfucker here. You just split yourself up in 8 billion different bodies, different brains, and you. But I'm talking about every animal, every fucking thing here. You are, that's a projection of you. This is a holographic reality or a simulation that you set up. You projecting yourself and you experiencing it as external, but it's not. It's a reflection of you. It's a projection of your essence in that animal, in that white person, in that nigga that you hate down the street, in that bitch that you fucked and you got like 3-4 babies by and shit. You are these people. You everything. You every goddamn comic book character. That's just, you know what I'm saying, testament to your true unlimited potential power. You every fucking letter, you every number, you every idea, you everything that's manifested here. Everything comes from your essence. That essence is that chaos energy. That chaos energy, like that subconscious mind, the creativity. You are basically the realm of imagination. The realm of creativity is what you are. You are not, I'm not just this physical body is like I told you, I'm an avatar down there. I told you. I'm like Darkseid, how you project yourself within the reality within DC Comics, but he operating outside the space and time from like the new guy's realm or whatever. So he got to project his consciousness in the form of Darkseid that we see within his comic books and shit. But what he is too powerful to just take on one form. Like he's an avatar. That's what I am. And that's what I experience when I'm home. And if you're doing the work, if you're doing the experimentation within yourself, I'm sure you have the self-realization that that's what you are as well. And the feeling is, it's nothing to toot my horn about. It's nothing to be in awe about. This is what the fuck we are. We are everything that everybody's through religions that they put to. Everybody they worship Allah, we God, we Jesus, we the devil, we Satan, we Lucifer. We all of these different things. Those are all aspects of what you are. What you are, or what I am, is all encompassing. I'm omnipotent. I'm not present. All of that type of shit. That's what I'm telling you. And I use Darth Vader to open that shit up. Darth. And I use this as a catalyst. Like I said, magnetism. Absorbing the energy and using that shit and redirecting it through him to open up the gateway within my subconscious mind. Alchemy. Doing this shit with my creativity, my visualization, and my motherfucking imagination, fueled by my motherfucking belief. The power of your belief. Bruce Lipton talks about this shit. It's a science. As a man thinketh, so is he. It's real shit. Are you working on this shit? Like, seriously, like, niggas know I'm not fucking around with this shit. Niggas tapping into me. I'm unconscious shit automatic now. Motherfuckers is getting channels from me. I'm being channeled through motherfuckers for information now. I'm an archetype for a new paradigm. I told motherfuckers that's what I am. Seriously. And I don't toot my own horn about this is some everyday natural shit for me now, right? And once you raise yourself up to that level, you will get the realization for that for yourself. That's what I'm here to do. Alchemically transmutate motherfuckers through the sound that you hearing, that you barely hear. It's going straight to your subconscious mind. I'm like King Ghidorah right now, on top of that motherfucking mountain, sending out that motherfucking signal for your ass to wake the fuck up, whether you know it or not. And it's happening. It's happening. You see what I'm saying? It's all around us. It's all around you. You might start seeing motherfucking Rogue Titans on cars and shit. You might turn on the radio and hear a motherfucker talk about the fucking Tennessee Titans. You might motherfucking see something. You might go turn on Netflix and the first motherfucking recommendation for a movie is Rogue One. You're like, what the fuck going on? Nigga, just surrender to the process. Anytime you experience those synchronicities or them subtle nuances in your reality, just know that that's the reason for you seeing that shit is for you to wake up the Titan that's within you. For you to activate your fucking DNA. I am activating your DNA. If you start to notice that type of shit, you start to see me in dreams. You start to, you know what I'm saying? You get a awareness that I'm in your environment, I'm around you. Understand that the whole purpose is for a positive reason, for you to activate your true divinity within yourself. I'm a tool. Use me as such. So, nigga, I'm King Ghidorah right now on top of that mountain, sending out that signal like in the movie, bioacoustics. When I go out, when I move, I'm pulsating the energy. Like everywhere I go, before I even get there, is laced with my energy. It's laced with my energy signature for the very purpose for your alchemical transformation. I do this shit all over the planet. Because I'm in sync with the Schumann resonance. I'm in sync with the magnetism, the magnetic grid of the planet. Everywhere I go, I know the ley line coordinates of everywhere I go. I got all of that shit. Ley line coordinates, grid line coordinates. And I know how to redirect the energy from where you at, say Washington, D.C. or Mecca or wherever, anywhere on the planet, anywhere within the universe. I know how to redirect that energy and use that shit to fuel my alchemy. And if I'm using that shit, I'm pulling that shit to fuel my alchemy, I'm using that shit to fuel your motherfucking alchemy as well. It's a win-win for me. You see what I'm saying? The only motherfucker that's here is me, projected through you listening to this video. So if you getting the resonance and the wavelength, you resonate with the fuck I'm saying, you should, because I'm you. I'm nothing but a representation of what you are. So if you waking up, I'm waking up. I'm activated, you activated. Surrender to the process. Just let it wash over you and understand that it's your motherfucking power that's activating all of this shit. Hearing me, through me. Like, motherfucker, if you see me, I'm not separate from you. Time and space is an illusionary phenomenon. I told you, we are in a holographic reality that's hallucinated from our brain that we set up. So if you see me, you seen an expression of yourself through me, through this tall ass nigga. That's just nothing but a representation of you. And you might say I'm advanced or whatever. You advanced, nigga. I'm nothing but your motherfucking potential. Chaos. And it's unlimited potential. I'm nothing but a representation of your true divinity and your true unlimited potential that exists within you. That's what I am. A symbol. You see what I'm saying? Don't let your conscious mind gonna get in, nigga, this nigga bullshit. This nigga on some nefarious shit. He's supposed to do that. That's what you created your ego to do that. But if you reconciled it, if you understand how to work with understand the difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, you will know what to do. You see what I'm saying? I'm seeing trust me, I'm not one to toot my horn about fucking, what's that shit? The work I put in speaks for itself. Everybody who had consultation with me, they know. And especially black women who I talk to, because they the battery. They the key to all of this shit I'm doing. They are a representation of the divine feminine energy, which is chaos energy, which is the energy that I embody and I work with. And it's fueled from the love and appreciation that I get and that I have for black women, for the great mother. That's the catalyst, that's the fuel. So when I hear them tell me they listen to my videos every morning to get that energy up, to inspire them, There's no greater compliment there's no greater fucking feeling than to get the confirmation from black women what I'm doing. Because it's all because of them. Because they the key of all of this shit. Right? We come from the womb. I come from the womb. I come from the great mother. I come from the abode of chaos. And she represents chaos. So if I'm a Titan, right? And Gaia represents the great mother who gave birth to the Titans, I got it. That's mama. So every time I look at a black woman, every time I talk to a black woman, I'm talking to my daughters. I'm talking to my mom. I'm talking to my cousin. I'm talking to every woman that I ever talked to ever in my life. So I'm honored and I'm just enamored at the fact that I'm communicating with them and they telling me, they giving me the feedback on everything that they're getting from my videos, from consultations, on just knowing that their true power exists within them. And it's just a change in the perception that they have and realizing that shit. They use me as a tool to help them realize that shit. There's no greater motherfucking feeling than to get the confirmation from them. Not niggas, I'm talking about from them. I'm kind of sexist. I prefer to talk to women when it comes to this shit because I know they're the key to all of this shit. Everything comes through them, basically, right? But shout out to my niggas too, but understand that chaos energy is divine feminine energy, and black woman is the motherfucking battery on all of this shit. So I got nothing. Like, I got respect for my mom. I'm not gonna disrespect my mama. I'm not gonna disrespect my daughters, my wife, or whatever. It's all about them. This shit is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not some sucker ass nigga that's gonna submit and just, like, I'm not one of them, God is black woman. No, nigga, but understand the occult significance of that. Understand the significance that they have in relation to chaos energy. That shit, that's something to be not worshipped, bitch ass niggas. That's something to be understood, and that's something to also be cultivated within your man ass, your masculine ass. You're supposed to balance that shit and harmonize with that fucking divine feminine within you, like I am. You gotta bridge the motherfucking gap. So like I talk about brain hemisphere synchronization, the left and the right. You can look at the left hemisphere of the brain being the masculine, the right hemisphere being the feminine. Merge it. Understand the you know what I'm saying, how that shit's supposed to mesh and harmonize it. So shout out to all my peoples who hit me up on consultations. Shout out to the Cosmic Serpent. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everything, all the feedback, all the love and support. But understand, man, don't fucking, one thing I must say. Now, I've been getting a lot of donations and shit like that from people who haven't had consultations with me. I appreciate it. I accept it. But I'm not some preaching ass nigga. I don't have no goddamn collection played out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take advantage of you like that. So if you gonna send me something, at least have a conversation with me on a personal shit to get something out of it, more so than you getting these videos. Because I can talk to you personally and I can maybe have assistance for your own personal spiritual growth, so to speak, cater to your own, your psychological framework and your philosophy on how you work this occult shit and how you cultivate your own divinity. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. I appreciate the fuck out of the donations and shit like that, but I don't want to be looked at as some motherfucker that's above you. I don't want to be worshipped. And I do not want to be, I don't want to be looked at as being any more powerful than what you are. Just like Jesus said, nigga, through me, the great works can be done by you even more so. That type of shit. That's the wave I'm on. You see what I'm saying? I'm not something to be put up on a pedestal. Put your own motherfucking self on a pedestal. And use me as a boost to put you on your own motherfucking pedestal. That's what I mean. Use me, I'm a tool. I'm a symbol. You see what I'm saying? Because in the past, in the ancient history, I broke the compulsion of wanting to be worshipped. I've been worshipped before as all the gods and divinities that you see throughout mythology, throughout religions. That's what I am. That's what I'm tapped into. I understand that about myself. Now it's about transmutating that energy into become something else, a new symbol, a new archetype that I represent now. Now that archetype that I represent is change. And what is change but chaos? You see what I'm saying? That's what I represent. Use me as such. Use me as a tool to wake up your own and activate your own potential, because it's there. Just like it's in me. Just like it's in everything. This is probably the longest goddamn video I made. I ain't mean to make this motherfucker this long. Shit, I gotta piss. But man, I understand that shit, man. I do this shit for myself, and myself is manifested through you. So it's a win-win. You understand that shit? You understand how this works? I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the likes, dislikes. I appreciate the interaction through the comments. You know? Sorry if I ain't as energetic as usual. I mean, I am a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? I had to say some shit on this. So what I want you to walk away from, understand the science of bioacoustics in relation with sound and DNA and activation and melanin. Serious B and how to tap into universe B. I gave you ideas on how to do it. How the Necronomicon and the Elder Gods basically represent your subconscious mind versus your conscious mind, your ego versus your true divinity within. But understand that it's an alchemy. This is a story about your true self. Also about how white people can't leave here. How they're trapped in this physical plane of existence, this within our dream. And they also trapped on the astral plane. They can't go. So, they can't go. Now you can't leave. That's the name of this video. Go back and watch motherfucking Bronx Tale. And when the motherfuckers was in that bar wreaking havoc, look at that shit as a metaphor for them. They exist within our world. Our world is the restaurant, right? And they in there talking shit, then disrespectful to the owners, to us. And what my nigga Sonny do, he locked the motherfucking door. That's us locking in, phase locking this third dimensional reality, letting them know that you can't leave. And what did he say? Now you can't leave. And you saw them Titans coming out, beating their ass, kicking their motherfucking ass. I want you to remember me, nigga. I did this to you, motherfucker. That's some real shit. Now you can't leave.